What's going on, Motion RC Live? It's your product specialist, Wesley, from here at motionrc.com, and today we're checking out another fun little airplane here in our Skynetic line of models, the Neptune. I have the blue one here on the table. We reviewed this one, I don't know, 6-7 months ago and had a lot of fun with it. And today I wanted to check out the orange version because we do carry two versions of this model, and then hopefully get them out and fly them together for some formation fun in a little bit of time. So welcome to the chat, everybody, as you're getting in. I think we had Supersonic, what was his last part? Supersonic Fast, just blowing up the chat before it all got going today. But as everybody gets in, say hi, say what's going on. Let us know that you're here and hanging out with us today on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon here in Central Florida time. So depending on where you are in the country, I know it can be a little all over the place. A lot of guys join us for their lunch breaks when we do these noontime live shows, and we have a lot of fun together. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you check out some of our other videos if you're into RC content, and definitely go over to motionrc.com and give that a look too if you're into this kind of products. Well, without further ado, I'm going to start getting into the box. If you have questions, as always, Miss Lori, the beautiful camera girl behind the scenes, is watching in the background. And if you have any questions, she'll make sure they get passed on to me so we can answer them for everybody in the comments section. Well, guys, let me move this one out of the way. If you want to know, it's the same airplane as this one, but this one's going to have different stickers on it and a different livery. But good sized little model for out at a park. A lot of guys that fly off of grass that always ask me, you know, what's a good airplane? I got a rough field. Any of these kind of hand launchy things like this, grab them, throw them. Don't got to worry about what you're landing on. Come land it out in the tall grass, they don't tear them up at all. So these are a lot of fun for those kind of fields. So comes in a nice little box. I just took the outer skin off. It's still just a brown box. And then you get the lid off just like that. And now that we're getting into the box, as you can see, here, I'll flip that around so it looks good on their camera. Nope. Yep. Nope. That way. Haha, there we go. You can see you got your sticker sheet right there on top. These are extra stickers. Now, the aircraft does come with a pre-applied sticker set to it, but if you want to add more to it to make it more visually to where you can see up and down and left and right, it does come with some extra stickers there in the top of the box. As we get into it, you're going to see lots of foam packaging, lots of little peanuts to go through, and we'll start ripping into all this and getting it laid out on the table, and we're going to assemble this thing today together. Looks like the comments are flying. Wild Bill, the crazy man from Washington, if I remember correctly. Where old Wild Bill is from. He flies with old GB Linden. Victor Shamulus. Seen he just finished a gigantic turbine aircraft. That was a lot of fun. Saw that over on Facebook. I believe it was a big F-86. If y'all don't know Victor Shamulus, he runs the EDF Jet Clubhouse. Kind of hard to show some of this stuff. The camera's going to blow out like crazy on these white things. Wrong Wild Bill. Sorry, there's two Wild Bills then, isn't there? My bad. Arizona Wild Bill, okay. Sorry. I'm not looking at y'all's profile pictures as I'm talking either. Trying to go off of memory. Memory. We got our carbon spar. Chow. I think that's Wild Bill Flynn, I'm thinking, or something is his last name. But yeah, anyway, I was talking about Victor Shamulus a minute ago. If y'all haven't checked out the EDF Jet Clubhouse, one of the best places on Facebook to talk about EDF jets. Of course, you can always check out the Motion RC customer community. Now, I really dig the paint job on the orange Neptune. Now, once again, these are the two different versions here. But as we're getting this out of the box, there's your paint job options on both of them, and man, that orange is sweet looking. I like the blue too. It's a very clean, you know, easy paint job, but this one just screams me all over it. Same thing with sports jets. I love orange and black together. It's just such a good paint job. This or like neon green, if you've seen our Banshee, love that color combo too. Like that neon green and gray. But yeah, I love the way the orange Neptune looks. So we'll move that out of the way. Let me set this guy over here out of the way. We'll get to our next part. Cool thing with this little airplane is, I mean, realistically, you should be able to assemble this at the field in 15 minutes. I'm going to be filming it, so it's going to take a little bit longer today, but not much. I think programming it takes almost as long as actually assembling it. And once again, I have to say, I love the paint scheme on this airplane. Really pops. Now you can see the bottom of it is clean. So that's where we're going to take some of this stickers, and I'll probably put the red and the blue stripes on the bottom of the wing to kind of differentiate it. Now there are certain spots you're supposed to put them, but half of the fun of doing this is you get to kind of pick what you want to do too sometimes when you get your own stickers. So that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to put like the Skynetic red on one side and then the blue stripes on the other, something like that. But you get to pick. You can do whatever you want. So that's all the parts out of the box. And once again, super, super easy assembly today. We will get started with that here in just a moment. Now, the kit does not come with glue. So any type of glue is going to work. If you have CA, I would probably use thick CA to join your wings together so it makes a good gap. We have foam safe CAs here from our Benchcraft line. So if you're going to order this airplane, make sure you get a tube of glue of some kind. Or in the case of if you've already got some of our free wing models that come with these little white tubes of glue, that's what I'm going to use to put it together. This little contact cement stuff that comes in all of our free wing aircraft and flight line aircraft. Don't ever throw it away. It's great stuff. I got a whole bin full of these things that over time we use a whole bunch of them. So anyway, that's what I'm going to use to put mine together with today. Now, magnetic hatch on top, as you can see, pops right open. There's your ESC with the XT60 connector on the end of it. And then you have your two leads for motor reverse and, wait, is this a motor reverse or not? I can't remember if this one is, but I think that second wire is either motor reverse or programmer. We've changed the iterations of these so many times it's hard to keep up with them lately. But normally when you have that extra lead, that is motor reverse. We'll double check that here in a minute when we hook it all up though. Anyway, let's get to assembling the aircraft. So we're going to need our carbon spar. We're going to go on and pass that through the aircraft, just like so, as you can see, halfway through. Then we're going to take our wing half, get it started into the receiving point. Then we have to take our wire here on the top of the wing. You can go to the top shot, Lori, that's fine. You can see this wire sticking out right here of the wing half. It goes right through this little hole in the middle. And then as you slide the wing half in, you're going to work that servo lead into this little channel right here, like so. Now we always want to test fit dry before we put any glue on. That way, if we do have a fitment issue, we can fix it before we have glue everywhere. I can see that my wing slides in really nicely. Everything looks good. So now we can slide it back out just a little bit. It doesn't need to be a lot. So we can take that white tube of glue and we can smear that in there. It's tight cap. There we go. And now I'm going to smear that glue in just like so. Not too crazy with it. We want it to squish around in there, but we don't want it to squish out, if at all possible, all over our airplane. So I've got a nice little section of glue. Take my fingers, rub them together, because that glue will set up instantly when you get a little friction to it, and that gets it off your hands before you actually touch your airplane again. Here we go. We're going to slide that together. Let it set for just a second, and then we're going to slide it apart. And that's going to get that glue all smeared in there. And contact cement, you want to give it just a few seconds out here in the air now. And then we're going to slide it together, slide it apart one more time. I can see everything getting real stringy. And then we're going to push it in for the last time. And now make sure our wire sets down in its little trough where it needs to go. You could even take a little dot of thin CA, which I've got some right here, and give that just a small dot of thin CA on top of that wire to hold that down in there where it won't fall out in the future. Boom, one wing is installed. Let's do the other one now. We'll grab our other wing. Slide that one on. Give it a test fit, like I said, bring it all the way in. Fits good. So let's pull it back out just enough to where we can get our glue in. Here we go. Any other questions so far from the audience that I've missed, Miss Lori? All right, good. Hope everybody's having a beautiful week so far. We had a little hurricane down here in Central Florida this week, but luckily nothing really affected us here in Central Florida too much, other than we got 6 inches of rain, which was pretty good. Never hear me complain about the rain, originally being from West Texas, where it never rained.
Victor said he flew his Zeus 4 times this weekend.
The Zeus! Sweet, Victor. Zeus really is a great flying model airplane, too. Saw Two Brothers RC had a video on his Zeus this week also. Did a full review of that aircraft. If you haven't checked out that video, I highly recommend going and checking it out. Old John seems to put him through his paces. All right, same thing. I got that wing on. We're going to give it just a little drop of super glue here on top of those wires, just to keep them from falling out, like so. And I don't have any kicker. There's some right there, just so when I flip it over, it doesn't glue itself to the table. There we go. Only bad thing about using CA kicker is it'll turn the foam yellow, but for the sake of the video of doing it quick, I just shot it in there. Personally, if I was putting this together for myself and not for a live show, I would let that just set off naturally. But there you go. There's a good look at it. I really like those shiny decals. They look really good on the aircraft. Got to figure out where to put my arm. There it is. The Neptune. Yeah, super sweet to see the two of them together here. All right, let's continue on with our assembly. I need to just make sure that both of our wires made it up into the battery hatch, and they have. We can put that back on like so. Next, we have our, well, they're not rudders. They're vertical stabilizers. We'll go with that. You can see that the foam is actually embossed on the top of the wing halves, right here where they go. We're going to key them in and slide them in and just kind of test fit them for now, just like we did on the other side, making sure everything slides in and fits correctly. Before gluing once again. And then we can slide them back off and add a little bit of glue to that pocket. And don't forget, top and bottom, get your glue in to both pockets. And we can take our little rudder, vertical stabilizer, and smush her in there good. Now, we might need to check this a few times just to make sure it's actually sticking, because they're kind of wanting to lift a little bit. We'll get that glue smeared around, and then we may check that again here momentarily to make sure they are actually sticking. You could also take just a dab of super glue and put it right in the corners of it to hold them down while it dries, and that might be what I end up doing on this. There's that. And that good and stuck. Like I said, where this keeps just lifting off just a little bit, what we can do right now is take a little dot of super glue. And put just a little bit here on that leading edge. Just to hold it down while the other glue sets off. Flooded it. Just like so. That will hold those as it goes. Now, we also have the wing fences. Here they are right here. These go up on the leading edge of the wing. They're not necessary to fly the aircraft, just so you know. They're just more for pretty and looks, but here we go. And the sticker is actually over the spot where they go. So if you decide to use these, you're going to need to get you a nice razor blade out, preferably a sharp one. Hang on, trying to find a sharp one. All right, and we need to cut the sticker out where the wing fences go. We'll just take this, kind of carve our sticker out as cleanly as possible. It's like cutting monocoat. Hopefully y'all are able to see that right now. But just like that. Take and just cut that ever so slightly. This razor blade is still too dull. Heck, this might be the longest part of the whole assembly, is cutting this sticker out. There we go. So that gets our wing fence openings. Or one side of them at least. And then now we need to cut out our actual wing fence from this little popped mold piece. There we go. Let's give it a test fit. Perfect. So now we can take our contact cement, just like before. Make sure I'm actually in the middle of the camera. There you go. And from the front moving backwards, we're going to slide that little guy in. Just like that. And we're going to cut out the other side. Like so. Find where our sticker is. It's right there. As I'm pushing down, I can actually feel it and see it. Once you kind of got a good look at where it is, plunge the blade down and let the blade do its work as it slides along. If you have a good sharp blade, it'll actually just follow that contour real easily. If you have a dull blade, it won't, like mine. That's okay, because we got her down. Like so. And you can leave a little extra of the sticker when you put this wing fence in, just like if you were covering an airplane. If you leave a little edge, if you'll push this in, it'll actually kind of conform around the wing and push the sticker down in with it. So just like that. So now we need to take a little more glue. And then as we put this one in and slide it back, like I said, it formed that sticker right around the wing. Gives us that pro-looking install. And I believe that is all there is to the assembly. Now, The aircraft does come with a piece of Velcro, so if you wanted to do this, you could put your Velcro piece on your battery and then inside the aircraft. Just make sure you kind of make yourself a standardized system when you do that. That way that all your aircraft follow that same system, because it's never worse than having Velcro fluffy side on one and then the other side on the other, so they never match up. So just make sure you kind of come up with a system of how you like to do it when you start using Velcro. Any other questions so far, Lori, or still quiet out there in YouTube land?
Well, Spider Sugar FPV said, I just finished my 64 millimeter F-14 build with full FPV head tracking, chain tilt, full canopy, GPS, etc.
Oh man, went all out on his 64 F-16. Let's see, let's hook up our receiver real quick. Well, that's cool to hear, man. Yeah, that 64 millimeter F-14 is a ball to fly. So I'm not going to probably try and get everything pretty today, but we are going to show you how you do this. I have set up a wing type as flying wing before we went into this on my Futaba 16IZ. You literally just go to airplane and I forgot where it's at in here. Let's see. Model type, there it is. Click model type and you're going to switch it to flying wing. 2 ailerons and normal rudder. There is no rudder on this aircraft, but you need your 2 ailerons. That way, if you have one reverse, you can easily switch them in your system. For this aircraft, I have a R308SB receiver. That's just our standard 6-channel Futabas from here on the Motion RC channel. What we're going to need to do is plug our throttle signal into channel 3 on Futaba. Signal wires up. And then we're going to take each of our ailerons, and one is going to go into channel 1, and one is going to go into channel 6. Now, of course, this is all depending on your setup preferences of where you lay it out, because on Futaba, you just tell it which channel you want to be what. Just so happens that I have this one laid up as 6 and 1 right now. All right, let me grab a 3S battery. If I remember right, this is a 3S 1500 to a 2200, but a 22 would be a little bit of a stuff in there. I gotta find one with an XT60. Here we go. And contact. And of course it's not linked up. Let's make a linkage real quick. Linkage mode, system type, TFHSS. And let's click our linkage button on our Futaba. All right. There it goes. Did we link up? No, what is going on? Come on. And I don't know why I'm not linking it up. System type. TFA. Oh, I got to hit the link button. I got this. Struggle bus. There it goes. Link established. There we go. I always forget it's SFHSS. You don't hit the link button, and TFHSS. You do hit the link button. Always get those two confused. There we go. Now we're linked up. So if you're new to Futaba, that's one of its little quirks there. If you're binding a fast receiver, you have to link it. If you're flying the TFHSS, you have to hit the link button. But for SFHSS, I'm going to get all these numbers right, you don't actually hit the link button. Too many letters, so you know there's like 11 different, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 protocols you can do on Futaba, and each one of them is a little bit different. But there we go, I got it now. So we have our elevons. So we have left, let's see, that's right, left, right, and up and down or backwards. So now what we could do, I believe, is just flip our 2 aileron channels to fix this. Let's see. So I'm going to put this one in 6 now. And this one in 1. See if that's any better. Left, right, up, down. Aha, that was it. So elevons can be a little funny as far as, because if you were to just have reversed them right then up and down would have been correct, but left and right wouldn't have been correct. So I just needed to switch 1 and 6, and now I have left, right, up, down, like it should be. The last thing to check is our motor. And it's working good. So that gets that put together. Super easy assembly. That is ready to go to the field and fly in what? What was that, 30 minutes maybe? And that was filming it and talking and, you know, like I said, out at the field, not even 30 minutes. Yeah, so out at the field from box to flying, 15 minutes maybe. And what a little ripping airplane too. So let me move some of this stuff off of this and we will actually hold them up and take a look at them now.
Someone says we need to do a 6S upgrade.
I tell you what, 6S and this thing would be a blast. And I actually,
because they said it flies way better.
I actually have, so this is not officially, but the Banshee 64 millimeter will run 6S for about 1.5 minutes reliably lately. Now that's, you know, not warranty for this, but the Banshee 6S power system, if you were to put it in here and run like a 1000 milliamp 6S pack, be screaming. You might fold the wings in half though. So as it comes, flies fantastic, but yes, on 6S it'd be hilarious. And maybe I'll do that upgrade to it because I actually have an extra one of those power systems and an ESC. But there you go. There's the 2 Neptunes. Let me hold them up here so you can see their color schemes. Pretty good size models too for not a lot of money, and you can have a ball with these. You know, if you've ever done a flying wing, something special about these. The way they fly, they're real gentle, easy flying airplanes, but then having the EDF on them is a lot of fun too. It's just a little Outrunner 5-bladed fan, but really kicks it around nicely up in the sky. Good color schemes on both of them, easy to see. There you go. Now, on the Neptune Blue, you can see I did do some colors on the bottom. I will probably take our graphic sheet and do the same. You also have some rudder decals that we can put on, like these orange ones here to put on the sides of the rudders. So I'll put those on separately. Not going to bore you with me putting stickers on today, but just know when you see the product video here in a few days, once we've got out and flown this, it's definitely going to have all the stickers on it. But anyway, guys, nice, short, easy one today. Just wanted to get on and show this airplane. If you're interested in them, they are in stock. As of the time of filming right now, they're $139, so pretty inexpensive aircraft to go out and have a lot of fun with. Economical battery size, once again, just a lot of fun in a small package plane that you're going to have a blast with out at the club. If you got a couple friends, get a couple of the different colors, get out and fly some formation with them. If you accidentally bump, these airplanes don't normally tangle up. It's the fun thing about these. If you're going to try and do formation stuff, they usually kind of just bump and let go of each other and keep flying, and then the fan is inside of them, so when they hit together, you normally don't tear them up. Whereas a normal flying wing, you've got a big prop out here spinning. So when they come together, they usually tear stuff up. So these are kind of fun on that sense. I have seen some customers stick lights on them and do night flying with these airplanes. Another fun option. Being that they're this type of foam that's not painted, light shines through them really well. So if you'll take an LED and go LED facing inwards and take them inside the wings, they actually will glow through the wing. Looks really cool at night. And they're a blast. Lori says we do have another question.
What is the range on this plane?
What is the range? So what I like to tell people is probably further than you can see. Now, it all depends on the transmitter you're using. If you're using a 16EIZ with this receiver in it, like I have, 3.5 miles probably, realistically, but that's further than you can ever see it line of sight. You know, these are line of sight models. Not to say you can't put an FPV system on top of this. We sell them here, the ones that have the little cameras and an onboard battery. There are Zeo HD brand FPV systems. But realistically, even if you're doing that, you still legally need to keep it within line of sight where somebody can see that little dot flying around. So, you know, I would realistically say most guys fly these within a mile of themselves easily. I hardly ever get outside of, I'd probably say 1,500 feet away from me when I'm flying. We've actually measured it out and done some of the calculations for a field with AMA before. And you'd be surprised how little of area it takes up. Now, when you get to larger airplanes, yes, they can get out a lot further. But this airplane gets to be a dot after about 1,500 feet once it's away from you. So that's really the limitation of this, is how far can you see. Once they get so far out, they're a dot and you can't see them. So anyway, further than you have to worry about being able to control it. But all right, well, if that was the last of the questions, I think I'm going to let you guys go for the day. I hope y'all have had a lot of fun hanging out with us on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Once again, if you're new to Motion RC, definitely check out motionrc.com. That's where these products are available right now. And once again, we have a full line of aircraft. So, you know, if you're just checking out the Neptune, don't forget we also have our Freewing, our flight lines. We have Skynetic. I'm trying to think of any other airplane brands. We got all kinds of cars from our Hobby Plus. You can see them hanging up here. Bancroft boats. Our FPV systems, if you haven't checked those out, our Zeo HD wings, like this one right here. Somebody was asking FPV stuff earlier. We actually have FPV specific aircraft available here too. This is the Zeo HD. Comes with all the slots already made in the aircraft for FPV equipment. You also have this nose cone up here that can be taken off. It's Nexa, Black Horse, there you go. Just trying to figure this out, there we go. So if you're wanting to do FPV, like these Zeo HDs, you can see that canopy pops off. There's a hole right there for a GoPro to go. You know, they really thought it out on these if you start looking at these systems. You've got this one right here where the actual Zeo HD camera that we sell on the website keys right in, and the ESC is already plumbed with a JIST connector that you just plug right in right here to plug that in. So it's all hardwired for you right out of the box. You just slap it in there and go. So like I said, we have a lot of options on these flying wing type aircraft to fit whatever you're trying to do. Anyway, put that one back up here. And if you want a flying wing that's really fast and really fun, another Skynetic one in the range. We did a video on this a few weeks ago. So like I said, lots of flying wing aircraft available right now. All right, guys, I'm going to call it good for the day, but I hope y'all enjoyed this. Keep coming back. We're going to keep doing live shows every week, hopefully, as we always do. And don't forget, first Friday of the month is our big live shows. The wheel is back lately, so I hope you guys have been enjoying that. We gave away $50 on the last giveaway of the first Friday of the month live show, and then the one before that, the customer won $100 on. So keep coming back for those live shows. Just hit that subscribe button. Make sure you have the notifications on so you never miss it when we're live. Well, guys, whether it's air, land, or sea, you can get it right here at Motion RC. See you in the next video. Bye.